What if I told you that one of the greatest disaster in the American history was caused by sugar? It was not fire, it was not an explosion, it was not an earthquake. Like it was caused by sweet. Sounds impossible, right? But it happened. Now let me give you guys this gist. This happened in Boston, January 15th, 1919. So near a busy neighborhood stood a big steel tank. Like this tank is as tall as a five-story building. And inside this tank was a 2.3 million gallons of molasses. Is it molasses? Mola whatever. The company studied there because molasses was used to make alcohol and so many sweet foods. For months, this tank was trying to tell people that something was wrong. Like it will shake and like make loud noises inside the tank. And worst of it all, it was leaking. And the leaking, it was not just tiny drops. It was molasses was oozing out of this tank to the point that the neighborhood children they will collect it with cans, containers, and take it home to eat. To them, it was like free sweetness. The adults saw the leaks too, like they saw the leaks too, but because it was not some poisonous chemical that was leaking out, nobody treated it as emergency. They even got used to it, and some just thought that it was just these leaks were just like some kind of bonus for the fact that this tank is located in our neighborhood. Think about it. If this thing was some kind of poisonous chemical or gasoline that was leaking into the streets, like people would have treated it like an emergency. People would have treated it like something that needs to be done immediately and demanded that it be fixed. But because they saw it as just sweet, just molasses, everybody lowered their guard. Even the company, they were not even really worried. The highest they did was paint the tank brown so that the leaks will not be too noticeable. This went on and on and on, and like it just everybody just ignored these signs and just went on. But then on January 15th, something happened. It has been freezing cold for several days, but then on that January 15th, the weather was suddenly like warmer. The weather suddenly got warm, and then during afternoon, like just after lunch break, without warning, this tank just did boom. Like the entire tank busted apart. More than 2.3 million gallons of molasses exploded into the streets all at once. A massive wave of about 25 feet tall of hot molasses raced through the whole neighborhood, like almost at the rate of 35 miles per hour. Imagine a boil of hot, sticky fluid like rushing through your neighborhood at the speed of a car, like a car driving. Imagine that. Like people didn't even stand a chance. Houses, buildings, everything collapsed. People were swept out of their feet and trapped inside the thick syrup. Like I know that at first you might say, is it not just molasses? But that is what made it like more deadly. Molasses is incredibly heavy. Like it's not just like water. The moment it sweeps you out of your feet, you will not be able to stand again. Once you are covered in it, moving becomes like impossible. The more you struggle, the deeper you get trapped inside it. By the time rescuers arrived, many victims couldn't free themselves. And at the end of everything, 21 people had lost their lives and 150 was injured. Like the cleanup lasted for weeks, like weeks, not days. The workers were using salt water to wash off the sticky mess. Like you see many places covered with molasses, houses, cars, train station, like everywhere was literally covered in that stickiness. I think people were even joking that even till date, during a sunny day, you still be smelling molasses in that very neighborhood. After investigation, it was realized that that tank it was not even strongly built, like it was not strong enough to hold that amount of molasses. That's like that 2.3 million gallons of molasses. Like the tank was not even really tested before they could use it for that kind of job. Like all those noise that tank used to make, the leaking, all these things, it was like it was a clear sign. Eventually, the company was held to take responsibilities for what happened. But this is not even the part of the story that I'm interested in. If you look at this story, you realize that nobody looked at this tank and thought this could kill us. Like this could cause harm to us. Nobody looked at this tank and thought it's to kill us. Why? Because it was leaking something sweet, something useful, something that people could take home. And life is often like this. The biggest dangers, most times, it doesn't come looking dangerous. Sometimes they arrive looking harmless, even helpful. It could be a small lie that makes your life easier. It could be a habit that feels important. It could be a friendship that looks fun, or it gradually changes who you are without even realizing. It could be a little gambling that looks fun. I mean, everybody does it. It could be another hour of scrolling because you feel like you deserve more rest. And then before you know it, you are scrolled throughout the whole day. And then the next day, you are scrolled throughout the whole day again. It can even be another bottle of alcohol, even though you're already feeling too full. And then the next day, you take another bottle. And before you know it, your liver is already having an issue that did not start like one day. Most disasters don't begin as disasters. They begin as tiny little signs that we easily ignore because they are giving us something that we enjoy. But by the time we realize the danger, maybe it should have gone like far bigger than we can handle. Now, if you have watched this video up to this point, one thing I want you to take away from this video is that even disasters can come from things that look very much harmless. Sometimes the sweetest looking things are the very things we should examine very carefully before we allow it to go inside our life. So this is the end of the video. And I know you will not wonder why I told you this story because I believe the message is clear. Now, don't forget to like and comment. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye bye.